Hello everyone and welcome to a new IBMI RPG sample video. This is the second part of the video where I was talking about using XML files with RPG and SQL. Many people have been asking me about this topic. It seems to be popular and I want to answer some questions about this in the way I like. Making a video. So let's go. Well, I have been changing the XML file that I was using in the last video, and now it is a little more complex. As you can see, it has now namespaces, okay, and also I have attributes, and also the same identifier can be repeated. Okay, so can the same program parse this XML document? Of course not. So let's modify our program and we're going to try to parse this document. How can we do this? It's actually very simple, and with XML table you can do everything. Okay, so let's open the program. Well, the first thing we're gonna do is to add to our structure the new fields that we are going to recover. If you remember, my structure was defined as a template, as you can see here. So let's modify it. Well, the first thing I'm going to retrieve is going to be the type identifier of the customer. That is here is an attribute. So we're going to put this here. Okay. And the other thing that I'm going to retrieve is the number, the phone number. This customer has two phone numbers and this one has only one. So I'm going to try to retrieve two phone numbers. Okay. Okay, now let's modify our cursor. In order to work with namespaces, we can use asterisks. Okay. Okay. And I have to make the same in all the tags. Okay. Okay, now we are going to try to retrieve the first value of our structure, which is in the attributes of the customer tag. How can I do it? Well, we will do this using the add sign. Well, let me write it. I don't remember type ID. Okay. Well, I will explain what this means. Since the attribute is in the customer tag and this is in the path of the XML document, okay, customer is in the path, I indicate it with a dot. Okay, one dot is like self. So if you want to get an attribute from the customer's tag, this one, then you should have to put two dots this way. Okay, and if you want to get it from the sample tag, that is the one before, then you should do something like this. Okay, and so on. So in this case I will only put one dot. So all this depends on how it is defined, the path to access to XML document in this case. Of course, the name you must write after the add sign is the attribute from which you want to retrieve the value. Okay, in this case is type, but imagine that you want to retrieve something value with this name value, then you should write here value. Okay, well, let me put it. Well, and the last thing I want to explain is what to do when you want to retrieve the information from the XML document when you have more than one tag with the same name. This is the case. Okay, you have in this case 2 phone numbers, but the 2 are with the same identifier. Okay, so you cannot put here phone because it will not work well. Okay, how can we retrieve one or the other? Well, this is very easy. You only have to identify them with numbers this way. Phone 1 is gonna be path asterisk semicolon phone, and I'm gonna put here the number 1 this way. Okay, what can I do with the phone number 2? Well, completely the same. Phone 2. Okay, and if I have more phone numbers, I will put 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Okay, so let me now compile the program. Okay, and well, let's see how it works on the green screen. Okay, let me start a debug session as always, and let me stop it here. All right, well, now I'm inserting the XML file into my table as in the last video, and now we have declared the cursor, and we're going to open the cursor and fetch the XML document completely inside the customer structure. And what I have is this. So you can see the attribute has been retrieved correctly for the customer number 1 and for the customer number 2. As you can see, the phone numbers also have been retrieved correctly, and for the customer 1 and for the customer 2, I only had one phone number. The other has not been retrieved because it doesn't exist. And as in the last week XML document, I had no country for this customer, so it works okay. Of course, if I get the number of rows with get diagnostics, what I have is only 1 because there's only one XML file. Okay, well, as you can see, it is very easy to parse XML documents using SQL. It is easier than using XML into or XML sacs. I hope it has been useful to you. See you in the next video. Don't forget to subscribe, and as always, thanks for watching.